The prophet has said that a true seeker must be completely empty like a lute to make the sweet music of Lord, Lord. When the emptiness starts to get filled with something, the one who plays the lute puts it down and picks up another. There is nothing more subtle and delightful than to make that music. Stay empty and held between those fingers, where gets drunk with nowhere. This man was empty, and the tears came. His habitual stubbornness dissolved. This is the way with many seekers. They moan in prayer, and the perfumed smoke of that floats into heaven, and the angels say, "Answer this prayer. This worshipper has only you and nothing else to depend on. Why do you go first to the prayers of those less devoted?" God says, "By deferring my generosity, I am helping him." His need dragged him by the hair into my presence. If I satisfy that, he'll go back to being absorbed in some idle amusement. Listen how passionate he is. That torn open cry is the way he should live. Nightingales are put in cages because their songs give pleasure. Who ever heard of keeping a crow? When two people, one decrepit and the other young and handsome, come into a bakery where the baker is an admirer of young men, and both of them ask for bread, the baker will immediately give what he has on hand to the old man. But to the other he will say, "Sit down and wait a while. There's fresh bread baking in the house, almost ready." And when the hot bread is brought, the baker will say, "Don't leave, the halva is coming." So he finds ways of detaining the young man. With, "There's something important I want to tell you about. Stay, I'll be back in a moment. Something very important." This is how it is when true devotees suffer disappointment in the good they want to do or the bad they want to avoid. So this man with nothing, who had inherited everything and squandered it, kept weeping, "Lord, Lord." Finally, in a dream, he heard a voice. "Your wealth is in Cairo. Go there to such and such a spot and dig, and you'll find what you need." So he left on the long journey, and when he saw the towers of Cairo, he felt his back grow warm with new courage. But Cairo is a large city, and before he could find the spot, he had to wander about. He had no money, of course, so he begged among the townspeople. But he felt ashamed doing that. He decided, "I will go out at night and call like the night mendicants that people throw coins into the street for." Shame and dignity and hunger were pushing him forward and backward and sideways. suddenly, he was seized by the night patrol. It so happened that many had been robbed recently in Cairo at night, and the Caliph had told the police to assume that anyone out roaming after dark was a thief. It's best not to let offenders go unpunished. Then they poison the whole body of society. Cut off the snake-bitten finger. Don't be sympathetic with thieves. Consider instead the public suffering. In those days, robbers were expert and numerous. So the night patrol grabbed the man. "Wait, I can explain." "Tell me." "I am not a criminal. I am new to Cairo. I live in Baghdad." He told the story of his dream and the buried treasure, and he was so believable in the telling that the night patrolman began to cry. Always the fragrance of truth has that effect. Passion can restore healing power and prune the weary boughs to new life. The energy of passion is everything. They are fake satisfactions that simulate passion. They taste cold and delicious, but they just distract you and prevent you from the search. They say, "I will relieve your passion. Take me. Take me." Run from false remedies that dilute your energy. Keep it rich and musky. The night patrol said, "I know you're not a thief. You're a good man, but you're kind of a fool. I've had that dream before. I was told in my dream that there was a treasure for me in Baghdad, buried in a certain quarter of the city on such and such a street. The name of the street that he said was where this man lived. And the dream voice told me, "It's in so-and-so's house. Go there and get it." Without knowing, he had described the exact house and mentioned this man's name. But I didn't do what the dream said to do. And look at you who did, wandering the world, fatigued and begging in the streets. So it came quietly to the seeker, though he didn't say it out loud. What I'm longing for lived in my house in Baghdad.